Hello, and welcome back. In this video, I will be adding the gameplay class and the picture class. The gameplay class will do several things for our game. First off, I will have a variable called isRunning. isRunning is a boolean that will tell main.cpp if the game should continue to run or if the program has ended. It is initially set to true, and as long as it is true, the game continues to run. Once the call to quit SDL is made, isRunning is set to false, and the program closes. Second, gameplay will have a function that will give the player's input. This could be anything from clicking the X to exit the game to moving the dog around. Third, gameplay will update the game. This function usually holds the most information of my games. Anytime the player has input, a variable is set to true. When the program gets to the update function and sees that this variable is true, it completes the task that is connected to that variable. For instance, if the player pushes the right arrow, I might have a boolean called movePlayer. I set the boolean to true in the input function. I may have another variable such as char player direction. This will get set to R for right. Now in update, the computer can see that the player needs to move to the right. Other updates to the game might be NPCs moving around, giving the dog new abilities, or loading new levels. The fourth function of gameplay will be the render function. This is where I tell the program to draw my images. Many times, to inform the computer what images I want and when, I set more booleans. For example, the first boolean I will set is to display the opening page. This is typically the title screen. This boolean will be set to true when the game initializes, while all other display booleans are set to false. Only this section of the render function will run until I set that boolean to false and another to true. Another function in gameplay will include game levels, the opening page, and any other items needed for core gameplay. Once gameplay is initiated, I go back into main.cpp. I set my while loop to run as long as isRunning is set to true. The while loop will loop through the input, update, and render functions. The second part of this video is setting up the picture class. This will allow me to import pictures into my game. I create SDL textures that assign a name to each of the picture files. I have a draw texture function that will call each of these texture files and find the corresponding pictures. The first pictures I am adding to the game will be the dog, the alphabet, and terrain blocks. There will be more pictures added later, but this is a good start to getting the game running. Once I have made calls to these picture files, I need to remember to add the pictures to the resource files. That will be in the next video. I will be adding functions that will allow me to draw each of my sprites. These functions are usually split into two functions. The first function is a simple one, but it takes a bit of time to type up. It is to get the source coordinates of each picture. The x-coordinate of the picture is the left side of the picture, the y-coordinate is the top of the picture, the w-coordinate is the width of the picture, and the h-coordinate is the height of the picture. These coordinates for that section of picture will not change as long as I do not change the picture itself. The second function will be able to be called from other classes. They are the draw functions. For example, I call a function drawLetter. I can call this function from the gameplay class. I provide information like which letter I want to draw, if I want the skinny or fat version of the letter, and where on the screen I would like it drawn. The drawLetter function will take this information, make a call to getLetterSource function to find the letter on the sprite sheet, and then to the drawTexture function to tell the computer to draw this letter to the screen. I add the call of drawLetter to the render function, and when the while loop in main.cpp runs the render function, I have a letter on my screen. I call the drawLetter function with the letter A, set isLetterSkinny to false, and set the destination on the screen. I also do the same thing with a call to drawWholeDog. I set the destination on the screen with tempDest variable. I set the direction I want the dog facing, and I choose which picture from the possibilities in the function. The picture I choose is picture 0, which is the dog standing still. I chose facing right because I do not yet have sprites facing left. After fixing a few bugs in my code, I run the program. On the screen I have the letter A and a dog show up. I know the game is not super exciting to look at, but as I mentioned in my first video, hard coding all the code can take a bit of time. In the next video, we will be adding terrain blocks and the sparkle door sprites to the game. As always, I hope you enjoyed this video, and thanks for watching.